Yo, what up, it's Tom.
Sammy Lee here.
We are the what?
The Soul Brothers.
The Soul Bros, doggy.
Yep.
We're back up in it with a versus video of a shoe that we've already done. No, but it's a different version, right? We're allowed to do this. We're bringing you guys content, all right? And this is the Adidas J-Wall 2.0 All-Star Boost Prime Knit Aurora Borealis colorway.
Oops.
With a hit to the mic.
Yep.
Okay. Let's hop in on this. Is Sammy's deal here. He did the original and he did this one.
Yep.
And he did the first J-Wall.
Did I? No, I didn't.
Yeah, he did.
The J-Wall one?
Did you?
No.
Oh, no, he didn't. We'll cut that.
Alright, so let's go straight in to the traction. The traction.
I'm gonna take a nap while you do this. All right.
Okay. So the traction's really nice in these. Crazy Light Boost 2015. It says Crazy Light here. They just glued the midsole from the Crazy Light Boost.
They had a bunch of leftover midsoles.
Yep.
From the Crazy Light Boost. And they said just stick it on there.
Yep. And the traction's really nice. I sound like what do you call it?
Broken
a recorder.
record?
Yeah, broken record.
Yeah.
Because I said this for the dealer too. But anyways, the traction's really nice. The rubber's really soft, so I wouldn't recommend playing these outdoors. But you stop really hard and fast, but the only problem was you stop and you slide just a little bit, you know, which isn't too bad. Nothing to complain about. The traction's really nice. I would give it a 9 or a 10 just because there's no problems. You don't have to wipe it all really, even if I was playing on a dusty court. Minimal wiping, and yeah, these shoes don't squeak at all though, so it's a very quiet shoe.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, so the traction's really nice, no problems. Let's move on to the cushion department. Yeah, I don't like it. The boost in the heel is nice. You get the boost compression, and then the Adidas Plus in the forefoot is not nice. I don't like it. But if you like to feel very close to the ground in the forefoot and you don't want any bounce, you want super responsiveness from the shoe in the forefoot, then this is good. And then you get a lot of impact protection, and it's super soft in the heel. The insole is, you want to do the honors again?
This is a new version of paper stock that they're using.
Yep.
Okay, it's got a little more bounce to it, right? You see the thickness there? We're looking at about 6 millimeters of thickness. Very nice if you like court feel.
He's just kidding. It's a paper stock. It's the same thing as the Crazy Light Boost 2015.
It's a garbage.
Yeah, garbage. It's a little nicer than garbage. Garbage.
Garbage.
You know? But anyways, okay. So now moving on to the materials or the upper. So this is cool. How this is the only shoe in the All-Star pack where it has fused in the toe area right here.
They glued her down up front.
Yep, just a tad bit right here, just this little area. Just because if you do toe drags, this is a very non-durable material, you know. So if you do toe drags, this will probably rip. But this is the only one that's reinforced with fuse, right? And in my opinion, I think this is the nicest prime knit out of the All-Star pack.
Yeah, it feels really nice. It's like it feels like it's a little less tightly woven.
Yeah.
The threads are a little thicker and it's a little more pliable.
It's like it feels a lot softer, you know, than the other one. I don't know why, but it just feels nicer on my foot than the other ones. Not saying the other ones are bad, but this just feels a little nicer, you know. So the materials they use, obviously, is the prime knit, and they if you feel in the toe cap area, there is a textile like cloth kind of material underneath the primate, right? So just to reinforce it. Yeah, the materials are nice and super soft. Okay. Moving on to fit. The fit was super long in this. I got a 7 for this. So I'm a size 7.5, and just because this is a prime knit upper, I got a 7, just because I wanted a tighter fit on my foot. But this fits like an 8 or an 8.5 still. So it's like that much longer, you know, which is kind of crazy. But so if you can, try going down a full size. Right, full size to a full size and a half.
Full size down.
Yep. Lockdown was really nice. No problems there. My foot wasn't moving around, and my heel was locked down because of the TPU heel counter, and there's support is from that also. And I like these better than the D-Liller 2s, just a little bit, just because it's higher on
the
on
D-Liller 2 All-Star version, right?
Yeah, the All-Star version is what I mean. Sorry about that. But just because there's more ankle support, you know, because I have weak ankles, so I do enjoy that a little more. It's basically the same thing as the D-Liller 2 All-Star version, but it's like a high, you know, and the prime is a little nicer, you know. Okay, moving on to aesthetics.
D-Lillard wasn't in the All-Star game, though. That's crazy, huh?
Was he?
No, he wasn't.
I have no idea.
D-Lillard wasn't in the All-Star game.
Oh, D-Liller, I think you're talking about J-Wall.
No, J-Wall was.
J-Wall was.
Yeah.
And D-Liller was not, yes.
Just kind of crazy.
Uh-huh.
Anyways,
so moving on to aesthetics, what do you think?
I think they used the Vans logo right here on the side, for sure. I like the silhouette. I think it's dope. I think it's the dopest silhouette out of the All-Star pack, in my opinion.
Yep.
The colors are garbage to me. I don't mess with this whole Aurora Borealis colorway. I understand why they did it, you know, up north, Toronto, you know, doing
Northern Lights,
paying homage to the Northern Lights and all that. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the colorway. You know, maybe if they did this in this same, you know, prime knit setup in a different colorway. But yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, it looks. I like the silhouette. Same. I hate the colorway. It's disgusting. I don't know. It looks like a kid's shoe. You know. But anyway, it looks like a girl's shoe, doesn't it? Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, moving on to durability. Durability, I don't think would be the best on this, just because it's a prime knit. There's no fuse to reinforce the high wear areas, and the rubber is soft, so do not play with these outdoors. Yeah. And if you do toe drags outdoors, this will probably rip really easily. Yeah. So I don't recommend playing these outdoors. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to ventilation. Ventilation wasn't the best. There wasn't a lot of airflow, just because there's another material underneath the prime knit, but it wasn't to the point where my foot got super hot. So ventilation wasn't that bad. Nothing to complain about. So afterthoughts, this is the exact same shoe as the D-Liller 2 Boost version. It's just a little bit higher, and the prime knit's a little nicer. So, and it feels like it's a little bit more padded, you know. So I would.
You recommend this over the J-Wall the regular 2?
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I really didn't like the J-Walls, the regular ones.
Yeah.
But
so it's a step up. This is maybe one of the only ones out of the All-Star pack which is a step up.
Yep.
And not a step backwards. I mean, the D-Row 6 wasn't really a step backwards. It was more of a step sideways.
Yeah, same step, I guess.
Yeah, same step. So.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, there it is. What's the price on these?
I think it was like $125.
A little more expensive or the same?
More expensive.
A little more expensive. Yeah, they're charging like $10 or $15 more, which is
not bad.
Not a big deal. So you would recommend these?
To the people that like the Crazy Light Boost 2015. But I didn't like it. I don't like this setup, the cushion, you know. But to the people that do, go for it, you know. It's a nice shoe. The materials are nice. Make sure to go down full size, and the traction is really nice. Nothing to complain about. So
one thing about these prime knit shoes is they feel really light.
Yep.
You know, which is cool, right, obviously. So there it is. That's Sammy's review of the J-Wall 2.0 by Adidas. This is the All-Star Aurora Borealis version with prime knit and boost. We have another channel called Trenzy if you want to come bullshit with us over there. We talk shit, top 5 lists, we kind of just clown around. And we have our social media stuff up here and our website. If you want to cop these shoes, we put a link for you in the description. You can click that and grab them there. And we also put a link to some of the gear we use below camera and all that type of stuff for Amazon. So anyways, that's it. This is not a full recommendation, it's a partial recommendation.
Yep.
Right?
Whatever that means.
The breakdown's coming up right after this, and thank you guys for watching. My name's Don.
Same in here.
We are the Soul Brothers. Later.
Peace.